Okay, so we're going to go over a little counter conditioning exercises to help a rider get over his fear of, in this case, the vacuum sealer. Now, because we don't have the expert around who knows how to run the vacuum sealer, probably laughing when he watches this, we couldn't figure it out. So what we're going to do is when he is here, you're going to practice this. So I would have Ryder on a leash, and just kind of step on the leash. So the idea is we keep Ryder here so the rider can't run around. Now what we want to do is right now, this would probably be actually a good spot. Way behind me in the kitchen is where the actual vacuum sealer is done. So what we want to do is we want to be so far away so the rider can hear it, but just barely hear it. So what the system that I usually use is I tell the person who's occupying whatever the stimulus is, the stimulus this time being the vacuum sealer, as soon as you see me kneel down, start it. So wait 1 second and then start it. So I kneel down. And Ryder, come here, buddy. Let's move you around so the camera can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm letting him nibble on this. Now it's harder for Ryder because he's missing some front teeth. But so as soon as I get down, and now he's starting, now in my head, and the person starts running the vacuum sealer while he's having these really delicious treats delivered to him. Now, right before I get done right here, I would give a signal, and then the vacuum sealer would turn off. So the only time that he hears the vacuum sealer is while he is eating the treat. We start feeding the treat before the sealer starts, and then before we end the treat, we run out of treat, we tell the person to stop it. And again, we're far enough away where he doesn't want to run away. If he wants to run away or he's not interested in taking the treat, we are too close to it. So once we find that distance, let's say we're at this distance, he's comfortable at this distance. We practice this a couple times until he's comfortable. Then what we would do is we would move here, about 2 feet closer, and repeat the whole process. Now do each time you move closer, repeat it 2 or 3 times and make sure the dog's comfortable. So if he's chewing it and then he hears it, he kind of stops and then he goes back to chewing it. Keep on practicing at that distance until when it starts, it doesn't get him to stop and look at it. And we're going to gradually work ourselves closer and closer and closer. Now this is going to take several days or several practices. This will fix it permanently if you don't rush, but the key is he cannot freak out. If he has a panic attack, you move too far, too fast. That's why we want to stop at each stage and help him practice it several times before you get a little bit closer. Now it's best if you only go a couple of steps each practice before, if you are able to move multiple steps, that you only do that 2 or 3 times and then he gets to take a nap or sleep. That'll help him rearrange his neural pathways and get better at the exercise. Eventually, we'll be right next to it, and he doesn't care because he's getting these really tasty treats delivered at the same time he hears the sound, just like you do for the bell for the door to go potty. Now, when he hears the vacuum sealer, he's going to run in saying, "Where's my treat, sucker?" So we create a positive association with it. Now, when you did some construction here, we had an air compressor. Every time he heard the air compressor sound, it freaked him out as well. So you can use the same counter conditioning technique for any sound that he is reactive to. And some dogs, especially smaller dogs, are more reactive to loud noises just because they're closer to being prey. So you might have to, the lawnmower, the vacuum cleaner, the blender, the garbage disposal, whatever they are, find a distance that he can sit and take a treat at, start delivering the treat while we're turning on whatever the thing is, and gradually collapse the distance until he's right next to it and doesn't blink at all. That's, in a nutshell, how we can counter condition our dog away from fear.